Everyone, this is Staci Wallace, one of the founding 12 members of Solavei, and today the game has changed. Today it is going to be your opportunity to get out of the lane and into the main game of Solavei. Now, I am so excited because this is the transition we have all been waiting for. We've all been waiting to get out of this pseudo kind of Solavei experience called The Lane, which has been a pre-registration site. We've been putting people in there, but we're all wanting to get on $49 or free. We're all wanting to be able to virally share this experience with people around us. So here's what I want you to think about today. You're getting ready over the next few days to hear a number of reasons why you need to get out of the lane and into the game. As well, we're going to show you some reasons why right now you want to be loading that lane with as many people as possible. The company is going to be laying some things on the table that are going to make it well worth your experience. Not to just sit back and kinda do it right now, kinda be in the lane. You want to go all in with all out massive action. Kind of reminds me of a story with my kids not too long ago. You know, my kids were talking, they wanted to go down to the creek. We lived on a creek, and so it was a Sunday afternoon. It was our Sabbath. We were going to have some family time together. We're walking down to the creek, and there's my kids. You know, they went down to the creek with their swimsuits on. They were fully ready to go all in. Well, my husband and I, we were dressed kind of like this, t-shirt, jeans, some shoes, and we got down to the creek, and my kids are screaming, "Come on, Mom, get in the water, get in the water." Well, I got to the edge of the creek, and you know what we do as parents, fully clothed. We just want to be there for our kids, but I wasn't prepared to go all in. So I started getting on the edge of the creek, and I looked, and I found a rock, and I stepped out on that rock, and when I did, I realized that I was a little closer to my daughter. Well, she was screaming, "Come on, Mom, get all in." My son was saying, "Come on, Mommy, get all in." So I walked to where I could get a little closer to them. It got a little deeper, some water maybe up to my shins, and then I began to realize my shoes were wet. And I was starting to get a little further into the game. Well, I got to as far as the rocks would hold me, and then there was a drop-off. And my kids are in there swimming, having the time of their life. Well, that's when they started saying, "Come on, Mom, come all in. This is where the fun is." And like many of you, I kind of looked around and thought to myself, well, this is as far as I'm going. This is about what I'm ready. This is what I'm comfortable to do. And I started thinking, you know, I can't get my clothes wet. This is silly. I'm by a road here. Now, my husband was back on the beach. He was watching. He hadn't even gotten on the first rock yet. Well, my kids, when they were screaming, it clicked in my head. Who told me I couldn't get in the water with my clothes on? Who told me I couldn't get my clothes wet when I get my clothes wet every day? My kids are still screaming, "Mama, get all in, get all in." About that time, something clicked in my head, and I said, I'm going to live over the edge. I'm going to go ahead and live all in and have an experience with my kids. So they screamed. I said, "Okay, count to 3. 1, 2, 3. And Mommy jumped off that rock and into the water, fully dressed, got completely immersed in the water. Well, when I did, of course, we turned around to my husband and said, "Come on, Daddy, get all in, get all in." Well, it took him a little less time, but he got to that final rock as well, and he hadn't gotten his shoes wet yet. And I said, "Come on, baby, I'll wash your clothes. Your shoes can get wet, they'll dry." But at that time, he jumped in, and that day, we had an all-in experience with our family. We were soaking wet, fully immersed. You know what? I don't know how you're playing life right now. Maybe you're playing life in your relationships. You're kind of in. You ask your spouse, where you want to go to dinner. I don't know. Where do you want to go to dinner? Instead of living all in and having a romantic experience, you're kind of doing it. Same thing with maybe your faith, or maybe right now with Solavei. You're kind of in the lane. You've invited a couple people just to test the waters. But here's what I want to challenge you to do. I want to challenge you to jump off the edge and begin today to engage all in. If you've only invited 3 people to the lane that have accepted, then go for 6. If you've gotten 6, then go for 12. If you've gotten 12, go for 24. Now is the time. This is the place, and you are the one. We are about to see the next 6 days. You are the one to start this revolution. 6, 7 days, and then all the way up to September 21st, you're going to see that we have put together an incredible system for you to be able to stay engaged. We're going to have all kinds of great videos, all kinds of great lessons. We're going to be able to give you corporate updates, and you're going to be able to stay up to date over these last pre-launch days to doing what you've got to do to go all in. So I want to ask you, how are you going to live?
Mommy, come in. Jump in, Mommy, come in.
See, you know, that's the way it works right there. They start asking you to get in a little deeper, and you think to yourself, that's just not today, baby. I'm dressed.
Mommy,
So,
please.
See, and then somebody's saying please to you, and you realize you got a choice to make. You're either going to stand on the sidelines, stay completely dry, or you're going to go all in. And I want you to know I'm not going to ask you to do something I'm not willing to do myself. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm asking you, let's go all in with Solavei. Are you ready, baby?
Come
Woo!
on. Come on, Bryson.
We're all in, and we want you to come all in with us. You are the revolution. Now is the time. This is the place. You are the ones to start the revolution. This is Staci Wallace. Welcome to the revolution.